If you're hosting on Airbnb and haven't adjusted your pricing to reflect the new changes, you're losing money on every single booking. And I'm not exaggerating here. Airbnb just rolled out the biggest policy overhaul in platform history, and most hosts have no idea these changes are already live. I'm talking about a fee structure that cuts 15% off every single payout, cancellation policies that let guests walk away with your money, and if you're in Europe, regulations that could literally delist your property in May. And here's the crazy part. While most hosts are panicking about these changes, there's actually a massive revenue opportunity hiding in 2026 if you know where to look. Today, I'm breaking down the 5 massive changes hitting Airbnb in 2026, exactly how much money you're about to lose if you don't adapt, and the one strategic move that could turn this chaos into your biggest revenue year ever. I manage multiple 6-figure Airbnb properties, and I've already implemented every single one of these adjustments. So let's dive in. Hi, I'm James Fedek, co-author of Airbnb for Dummies and one of the world's leading short-term rental educators. Over my 8 years of hosting through every market cycle, I've personally managed dozens of listings while earning a full-time income myself and traveling the world full-time. I've been featured in some of the world's biggest publications and helped thousands of hosts to level up their hosting. Through B&B Mastery, I've helped over 800 hosts to optimize their business, plus helped over 700 people launch successful co-hosting careers. I'm here to help you with your short-term rental. All right, change number 1 is the single fee model. And this is the one that's hitting host bank accounts right now. So here's what changed. Airbnb eliminated the split fee structure where hosts used to pay around 3% and guests paid 14 to 16%. That system is gone. Now hosts absorb the entire 15.5% service fee. In Brazil, it's 16%. And if you've got cross-currency bookings, it can go up to 16.5%. Now, you might be thinking, okay, James, I already knew that. That doesn't sound that bad. But let me walk you through the math because this is where most hosts are getting absolutely crushed. Under the old system, if you listed your property at $100 per night, you'd pay about $3 in fees and you'd get $97 in your pocket. Pretty straightforward. Now, with this new fee structure, that same $100 nightly rate pays out $84.50 after Airbnb takes their 15.5% cut. You just lost $12.50 per night. And here's the brutal part. Most hosts still haven't adjusted their pricing to account for this. They're just taking the hit month after month after month. So let me give you the real calculation you need to do. To maintain the same income you were making before, you need to raise your rates by approximately 14.8%. The easiest way to do this is in your channel management software. Just go in and add a channel-specific markup to increase Airbnb rates by 14.8%. And look, I get it. You're probably worried about pricing yourself out of the market. But here's what you need to understand. Every host is dealing with this same fee increase. Your competitors are either raising their rates or they're losing money. There's no third option here. If you don't adjust your pricing, you're literally taking a pay cut on your entire business. All right, change number 2 is about cancellation flexibility. And honestly, this one makes my blood boil a bit because Airbnb just made it way easier for guests to cancel and way harder for us to earn. There are actually 3 interconnected changes here that you need to understand. First, the strict cancellation policy is dead. As of October 1st, 2025, new listings can no longer select the strict policy. It's been replaced with something called Firm, which sounds similar, but is actually much more generous to guests. With Firm, guests get a full refund up to 30 days before check-in. Now, if you were already using strict before October 1st, you're likely grandfathered in, but here's the catch. If you ever switch your policy to something else, you may not be able to go back to strict. It could just be gone forever. Now, there is one piece of good news in all of this. Airbnb confirmed in their October 2025 winter release that hosts will soon be able to set different cancellation policies by date range. So you could use Firm for your peak season dates and Flexible during your slow periods. So what do you actually do about all this? First, you've got to accept that higher cancellation volatility is just the new normal. It sucks, but fighting reality doesn't help your business. Inside B&B Tribe's advanced booking optimization training, we walk through exactly how to structure your calendar and minimum stays to minimize these cancellation losses. It's the same system that our members are using to hit 80% occupancy right from when they launch even with these new cancellation policies. The training shows you how to think strategically about your calendar instead of just reacting to every single booking request or vacancy. All right, change number 3 is about EU registration requirements. And if you're hosting anywhere in Europe, this could literally delist your property come May. So pay very close attention here. EU Regulation 2024-1028 becomes law on May 20th, 2026. This is the first EU-wide standardized short-term rental framework, and it affects hosts in all 27 EU member states. This is not optional. This is EU law. Here's what's mandatory. You have to register through your country's designated digital platform. You have to obtain a unique identification number. You have to display that registration number on all of your listings, whether you're on Airbnb, Vrbo, Booking.com, wherever. You have to provide accurate host identity information, property details, contact information, and you have to accept that platforms will automatically transmit monthly activity data per listing to national authorities. Yeah, they're going to be tracking everything. Now, here's where this gets really serious. Member states are required to establish what the regulation calls effective, proportionate, and dissuasive penalties. Vienna has already announced theirs. They're setting fines up to 50,000 euros per apartment for violations. 50,000 euros. That's not a mistake. And here's the part that should really get your attention. Platforms like Airbnb will be required to block listings without valid registration numbers. Your property simply won't appear in search results. You'll be invisible. You could have the best property, the best reviews, the best pricing, and guess we'll never see it because you're not registered. This regulation is specifically targeting the gray market of unregistered rentals. There are hosts all over Europe who've been operating without proper licenses or permits, and the EU is basically saying enough is enough. But even if you're totally legitimate, even if you're a casual host just renting out a spare room on weekends, you still have to register. There's no exemption here. Now, let's talk timeline because this is critical as well. The regulation takes effect May 20th, 2026. Individual countries are implementing their registration systems at different speeds. Based on typical EU rollouts, I expect most registration systems will go live somewhere between February and March of 2026. That means you probably have about 3 to 4 months to actually get your registration done once the system's launched. Here's what you need to do if you're an EU host. First, start monitoring your country's specific implementation timeline right now. Most countries have information available on their government websites. Second, begin gathering your required documentation today. You're going to need property ownership proof, your tax identification number, accurate property details, all of that. Get it organized now so you're ready the moment registration happens. Third, expect bureaucratic delays. Government systems always crash or slow down when they launch. Do not wait until April. You'll be competing with thousands of other hosts trying to register at the last minute. And fourth, make absolutely sure that all of your listing information exactly matches your legal registration details. If your Airbnb says the property is on Main Street, but your registration says Main Avenue, you could have problems. Everything needs to be consistent right across the board. Now, if you're not in the EU, don't skip this section thinking it doesn't apply to you. Similar regulations are being discussed in major US cities and Canada. This is the direction the entire industry is heading. Governments around the world are looking at what the EU is doing and saying, yeah, we should probably do that too. So even if you're not affected by this specific regulation, understand that something similar could be coming to your area in the next few years. All right, change number 4 is actually good news, and it's a massive revenue opportunity if you act fast. I'm talking about the FIFA World Cup for 2026. This event is going to be the biggest revenue opportunity in Airbnb history for hosts in the right markets. So here's the scale of this thing. The World Cup runs from June 11th through July 19th, 2026. It's spanning 16 host cities across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And get this, they're expecting 5 million FIFA-specific visitors. This is not counting regular tourists. This is 5 million people traveling specifically for the World Cup. Airbnb has announced a major partnership with FIFA, including something called the Host City Impact Program with over $5 million in community investments. And to give you a sense of the real numbers, Houston alone expects 31,000 Airbnb guests during the World Cup period. That's going to generate an estimated $372 million in GDP from guest spending. $372 million in one city for 1 month. Now, let me be very clear about something. These are not normal travelers. World Cup visitors pay premium rates and they stay longer. During the last World Cup in Qatar, hosts were getting $500 to $800 per night for basic apartments that normally rented for $100. I'm not saying that you'll get 8 times your normal rate, but if you're within 50 miles of any of these host cities, you have a 6-week window to earn 3 to 4 times your normal nightly rate at least. This is not speculation. World Cup demand is proven revenue. Let me break down the cities so you know if this applies to you. If you're hosting in or near any of these cities, you need to be paying very close attention right now. So what do you actually need to do? First, optimize your listing now. I don't mean next month, I don't mean this week. Verify all your information is accurate, update your photos, refresh your descriptions, make sure your listing is compelling as possible because World Cup travelers are booking right now for June and July. Second, research the match schedule and identify the highest demand dates in your specific city. Not every day of the World Cup is going to be equal. Certain match dates, especially elimination rounds and finals, are going to have way higher demand. Third, set premium pricing for World Cup dates. Usually 2 to 4 times your normal rates, depending on how close you are to the actual venues. If you're within walking distance of a stadium, you can charge even more. And don't be afraid to go high. You can always lower your prices in the future if you're not getting bookings, but you can't easily raise them once guests are comparing your listing to others. Fourth, consider minimum stay requirements. I'd recommend 5 to 7 night minimums for peak match dates. World Cup travelers typically don't want to move around during the tournament. They book a home base and stay there for a week or two, going to multiple matches. And fifth, update your amenities with World Cup travelers in mind. Add information about stadium transportation, highlight nearby sports bars and fan zones, mention if you have international plug adapters or good Wi-Fi for streaming matches. Now, here's something really cool. Airbnb announced that they're investing over $5 million in their host city impact program. They're offering free Matterport 3D scans for eligible hosts near venues, and they're doing accessibility verification programs. Airbnb is going all in on the World Cup because their revenue depends on host success. So take advantage of every program they offer. Inside B&B Tribe, we're showing hosts exactly what they need to do in order to prepare for this monumental opportunity. We're covering exact pricing calculators, guest communication templates for international visitors, and our event-based pricing playbook. This is the same system our members have used during major sporting events all over the world to pull in tens of thousands of dollars in a single month. When you have a proven system, these big events become predictable revenue instead of just hoping that you get lucky with bookings. All right, change number 5 is the loyalty program. And while this is primarily guest focused, it's going to impact how you run your business as a host. So here's what we know and what we don't know. Confirmed, CEO Brian Chesky has publicly stated that something big is coming with respect to a loyalty program. The expected format is membership style perks like discounts, waived fees, exclusive access to certain properties. It's not expected to be a traditional points-based system like hotels use. And the timeline, well, there's no official launch date, but industry speculation is pointing towards something in Q2 of 2026. So somewhere between April and June. Now, you might be thinking, okay, James, this is a guest feature. Why does this matter to me? Here's why. This isn't just a perk for guests. This is going to fundamentally change which properties get booked and how often. Think about the expected perks for loyalty members. They'll probably get discounted service fees on bookings, priority access to popular listings, exclusive access to certain properties, and potentially early booking windows before regular users can even see availability. What this means is that Airbnb is making a strategic shift from transactional bookings to relationship-based travel. It's similar to Amazon Prime. Once guests are in the system, once they're paying for that membership, they book more frequently. They're stickier customers, and for hosts, if loyal members get priority access or special discounts, your property could see increased visibility for these high-value repeat guests. So what does this mean for you and your strategy as a host? Repeat guests become even more valuable. If someone books with your property multiple times, there's a good chance they're going to be part of this loyalty program. Guest experience quality matters more than ever now. You can't just provide a clean space and call it good anymore. And reviews and ratings are going to carry additional weight because loyalty members are going to prioritize highly rated properties. They're not going to waste their perks on 3-star listings. Here's what you should be doing right now to prepare. First, focus obsessively on 5-star reviews. Every single guest interaction matters because when the loyalty program launches, you want to be the property that loyalty members want to book. Second, improve your repeat guest systems. Use tools like StayFi to capture guest email addresses. Send post-stay follow-ups. Make it easy for guests to book with you again. And third, enhance the unique features of your property that create memorable experiences. What makes your place special? What would make someone want to book with you a second and a third time instead of trying to book a different property? Whether the loyalty program launches in March or September of 2026, the direction is crystal clear. Airbnb is prioritizing guest retention and repeat bookings. They want guests to see Airbnb as their default travel option, not just a place to search for a one-time stay. The hosts who optimize for guest experience and repeat visits are going to win in this new system. The hosts who are just trying to maximize occupancy without thinking about quality and long-term guest satisfaction, they're going to struggle. All right, so we've covered all 5 major changes, but I want to take a step back and talk about what this all means because there's a common thread running through every single one of these updates. Notice the pattern? Airbnb is taking more control, prioritizing guest flexibility, and reducing host autonomy across the board. Look, I know this is a lot to process, and honestly, these 5 changes are just scratching the surface of everything that's shifting in 2026. And that's exactly why I built B&B Tribe, to give hosts a place where they can get ahead of these changes instead of scrambling to catch up after the fact. Inside B&B Tribe, you get the profit projection tool that already factors in the 15.5% fee restructure. You're not guessing at your numbers. You get our advanced pricing strategies module that shows you exactly how to adjust your rates for different scenarios, whether you're dealing with the World Cup or premium pricing or slow season adjustments or anything in between. You also get our complete library of guest messaging templates, cleaning checklists, and operations systems. Everything you need to run a professional hosting business is already built and ready for you to implement. Plus, you join a community of hundreds of hosts like Sarah, who went from guest favorite status to top 10% of listings on Airbnb, or Fahim, who just landed his first $15,000 single stay reservation using the exact systems we teach inside the community. We're going to show you the exact pricing strategies and international guest communication templates, everything that you need to maximize that World Cup revenue window. And when the loyalty program kicks in, we'll be breaking down everything that you need to optimize for that as well, right inside the community. B&B Tribe is just $49 a month. And honestly, if you just implement the pricing adjustment strategy from today's video, it'll pay for itself in literally 1 booking. The link to join is right at the top of the description down below. Come check it out, see if it's the right fit for your business. We'd love to have you in the community. All right, if you found this video helpful, do me a huge favor and smash the like button. It helps the algorithm to show this video to other hosts who need to see it. And drop a comment and let me know which of these 5 changes impacts you the most. 2026 is going to be the year that separates professional hosts from the casual ones. These changes reward hosts who treat this like a real business with systems and data and optimization. Don't get left behind. I'll see you in the next video.